You're now listening to the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor. To the JCA Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Am I good? John, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. All good, all good.
Yeah, what's going on? Another great episode of the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Jonathan Plio, myself, Eric Ale. Jose Contreras can't be with us today, but he will be live and active on the chat. That's for sure, guys. We got another great episode for you guys today. A lot to talk about. More Bulls news. Bulls news actually came out. I don't know if it's positive news for everybody. For some people, it is. For some, it isn't. White Sox are entering a very important series this weekend. We got a good question on John for that one, and also, how should I say this? I have a rant for everybody at the end of the show today. There's something that's building up in me that I just need to get out. And stay tuned later on the episode for that and a lot more. Talk about Bears, and we're gonna get to them. But John, first things first, how are you, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I can't complain. It's another great day. It's fun. We're gonna have another great episode.
Did you survive the heat today?
You know what? I have the luxury of working inside all day. So, I'm air conditioned.
Must be nice.
Oh, dude, it's so beautiful. Trust me when I tell you, it is the best thing to ever happen, man. Working indoors is nice.
The mill felt like 130 degrees today.
Yeah, man. Everybody
it actually felt better to walk outside, even though it was like dry wind. and then I went to the gym today. And I promise you, I cooled off, after my workout. And when I walked out, it was like just walking to my car, I started to sweat all over again.
Nice. Well, guys, if you wanted to, yeah, I mean, hey, look, it's gonna get hot today, and I think tomorrow too, right? Tomorrow's gonna be hot too.
Tomorrow's gonna be, I think, the hottest day of the week.
Yay! There you go. Luckily, again, like I said, I work indoors, so I am all good. And that's your weather update from the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you join us. The link is also on the chat too as well. You guys are more than welcome to join us to talk about all our Chicago sports, man. Real quick, man. John, there's nothing to talk about. Well, I mean, there is something to talk about, but the most important thing to talk about, obviously, is tomorrow night game 6 between the Warriors and the Celtics.
Sir.
I think the main important question is, and I think question to everybody that is watching us, is the NBA Finals over tomorrow?
I think so, man. I really do. I know I've been saying 7 games. But the way the Warriors played last game, I mean, Steph Curry had off night to Steph Curry's standards, and they still were pretty dominant. Even with the Celtics coming back to tie it, I just think the Warriors they're on a mission to close out. Steph's going to do his thing. Honestly, the way it is, Steph's either going to drop 15 or he's going to go off for 40 points. But Pool's been doing his thing. Wiggins been doing his thing. Clay's been doing his thing. We're not going to talk about Draymond because that's for another episode. But I definitely feel like the Warriors close it out tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a Game 7. I'm a big conspiracy theorist that sports are a little rigged to go 7 games, in some way or form. But no, I still think, I do think the Warriors close it out tomorrow. They're just too good. They're clicking on all cylinders, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. 100%. I think I really do believe that this series is over tomorrow too, man. Like there is no question about it. I think the performance yesterday, not yesterday, day before, was it yesterday?
No,
Day
no, it
before
was the day
yesterday.
before.
Day before yesterday, that Monday. That's right. I really do believe, man, that if you call the quote unquote off night from Steph Curry, not shooting any threes, and yet you still end up winning the game, I think the right then and there shows you that enough where the championship caliber of the Golden State Warriors are at the moment, dude. And to be quite honestly, man, I mean, I said 6 for Warriors and 6. And so far, I'm right in that fruition. Yeah, I said the first team to win back to back will probably win the series. The Warriors are on it. The Celtics I saw within the last 2 games, and maybe this is just me and me only, right? But I see pressure basketball, NBA Finals basketball, trying to close out a team on the Celtics. I finally seen the pressure get to the Celtics, and the best of them too as well. Yeah, they came out firing in the third quarter in both games, but it's what you do at the end. And I know they went back. I want to say it was last game that they went back to the sides, but it was already too late, and the pressure, you could tell the pressure was already there. I honestly believe it's over tomorrow. I hope it's a close one, but every single game so far in this NBA series, man, it's been double digits. Whether if it's 10 or 20 or 15 or 12, it's been double digits. It's been double digits games, man.
I feel like the best series we've had this playoffs has to be the Bucks and Boston.
Yeah,
just because like the first 3 games were with 5-point games, and it's just been crazy. Eric, quick question though. So, as you mentioned, as I mentioned, Steph Curry has zero 3-pointers. Over under 5 threes for him tomorrow.
You know what? I'll definitely hit the over on that one.
Yeah,
I think him knowing that him knowing that he missed out, he lost his streak of scoring 1 3-point in a game, regular and playoff. I think his first shot is gonna be a 3. I could bank that.
Honestly.
Let me. I'm gonna put that on DraftKings. First shot, first points of the game. Steph Curry a 3.
Facts. I agree. Definitely hitting that over. He's gonna be a man on a mission tomorrow.
Oh, he's definitely gonna be a man on the mission for sure. As we have the first comment on the show, Matthew, what's going on, Matt? How's everything going? He's been one of our frequent new listeners here, so we appreciate the love, Matt. And guys, the stream, the link is on the link is on the apps too as well. If you guys are welcome to join. You can join us at any given time as we're talking about the NBA Finals. We want to know what you guys think. Is the series over tomorrow between the Warriors and the Celtics? We talked the other day, us 3, about Steph Curry becoming in the Mount Rushmore. I think that topic of conversation is getting hot for everybody else because there's a lot of believers that he might even surpass LeBron James, and it's going to be interesting if it does end tomorrow because he'll have more rings than LeBron. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, he will. Yep.
He has the MVPs. He'll have the Finals MVP. Obviously, LeBron will one up him on that one because LeBron has 2. But you could tell, that Steph Curry's on a mission. We've never seen this type of stuff before, and it's a scary stuff to see. That he's probably scored 80% of the Warriors' points this finals, bro. And you want to talk about a man on a mission? You see that in Steph. Is there anybody on the Celtics that would stop him, or the only person that stops Steph Curry is Steph Curry?
I think for Steph, this is really important just because, I mean, obviously, he's a professional athlete. He
right.
knows LeBron's been the face or, been deemed the GOAT of this generation. And he knows hey, with this win, I'll have more than him. He also knows that his last finals were with Durant on his team. So he does have that to prove, although I don't think he needs to prove it, but there are people that, will use that against him, whether you say it's, it was KD's team, Steph's team. Regardless, the 2 wouldn't have won those last rings without each other. So if Curry to win without, with the team he has now, is definitely speaks to his already Hall of Fame career, because that's definitely where he's going to be.
Oh, definitely, for sure, man. And I think it just gives him that stepping stone of probably. There's a lot of people that say he's not top 10 quality yet. I think him winning this NBA Finals
it's crazy to say that.
I know exactly, right? But some people don't believe him to put him up there. People will put him first as one of the best point guards before putting him in the top 10, or even considerably putting him in the top 5. I think that's
I don't see how you could be one of the top point guards of NBA history and not be a top 10 player
Exactly.
with having right now 3 rings.
Yeah.
3 rings at MVP.
2 MVPs, I think. 3 rings, 2 MVPs.
Yep.
Some
The
say
greatest.
Iguodala took away a Finals MVP away from him. Some say he deserved
Yeah,
it because Iguodala was a difference
I
maker.
do agree with that. I do. I was pretty upset when Iguodala won that MVP. I don't think he deserved it at all.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's more reason why Steph is going to go off tomorrow because he knows I mean, realistically, going off of his last game, if let's say Poole goes off tomorrow,
Yeah.
there can be some votes for Poole, to get that MVP.
I will lean more towards Wiggins than before I do Poole.
That's foul, bro.
No, I
Wiggins
mean
is
Wiggins has
above.
showed
You
out,
don't know
man.
what you're gonna get with Wiggins, bro.
No, but what have you seen with Wiggins though? What have you seen with Wiggins is Wiggins can lock down and defend, and he's been putting the clamps on Tatum.
Yeah,
Hey.
defensively. But I'm saying realistically, we're gonna go with offense as far as Finals MVP.
Yep, I agree 100%. 100%, I agree with you.
That's one reason Steph has to go off tomorrow.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Not, then he better go out Game 7.
No, definitely. I agree with you 100%. I think if it ends tomorrow, you'll probably see that classic, maybe 10 3-pointers from Steph, and then him cracking 50 points or over 50 points on a closeout series. That would definitely give him his ticket and the validation of the Finals MVP. Because if there's any man in this playoff series, it's definitely Steph Curry that deserves it. There you go. Our third companion, Jose Contreras, right there. What it do, baby? He couldn't be with us today on the show, but he's in the comment section. We want to know what you guys think. Is the finals over tomorrow? John says there's a conspiracy theory out there that the NBA will milk this as much as they can to take it to the Game 7 and take it back to Golden State for a Game 7 for a weekend for a Father's Day matchup. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad.
Nice.
It'll be nice on Father's Day, chilling, watching Game 7, NBA winner take all type thing. I get it. I think it sells the romance of the NBA and getting the most views as you can, especially when you're grilling, chilling, and all you do is just take out the television and watch the game. So, I mean, we both say it's over tomorrow. We both say Steph is going to be the MVP of the finals. And Deontay also agrees with us that it's over and he wins the first MVP. So the game might be over tomorrow. I mean, I know there's some people out there that saying the Celtics will do it. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I definitely think it's over tomorrow. Real quick, man. So for the longest, I wouldn't say the longest. In the last years, we've been saying the face of the NBA is either Giannis or KD. That LeBron's no longer, or the best player in the NBA.
Right.
If Steph wins his MVP, does he reclaim best player in the NBA? Or would you say face of the NBA?
I don't know about face of the NBA. I think the thing about that though is that Steph Curry's mid-30s already, so he's kind of on the old side.
He's kind of creeping towards
mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the face of the NBA. I think Steph is already the face of something bigger than just the NBA right now. Currently, I think what the NBA wants to do is go younger, and I mean they're in good hands. I mean, you're right. You say Giannis. I mean, there's Luka coming up strong with that one. There's even
Steph is 34 years old.
Yeah, see, mid-30s, Trae Young, and obviously you're right. LeBron has taken over and had the NBA on this pedestal for about 12 years, give or take.
Yeah. But do you remember even when Curry was winning his finals or just his finals appearances, there was a debate that he took over LeBron's best player in the world status.
He did. What hurt him though, and this is where I feel like most of his prime / superstar power prime superstar power went away was when KD joined him. And I think that's what kind of hurt him the most. Knowing that, this dude's stacked. This dude is, he's on the best team. Like, how can you be the best player in the world and have a stacked squad and win every single time? I think that's what kind of hurt him a little bit.
Right.
And to be quite honest, I think that's that, and it holds the argument, dude, that he just missed out on that. we missed out on prime Steph because he was with prime KD and prime Clay winning NBA titles left and right.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I mean, he could kind of regain it back, but I think Steph is already on a different platform than being the face of the NBA. I think he changed the NBA overall to the point.
He absolutely changed it. You know, like who was it? It was Alex in the comments last episode saying like you wouldn't see players like Luka, Trey Young trying to shoot from deep three, even Dame, Jose over here. I guess. Sorry, Jose wants us to change the subject to him and his brother's, expert podcast. I mean,
we'll get to it in a bit for sure.
Somebody hurt a lot.
It did hurt a lot a bit.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sorry. He's talking about Steph.
He's talking about Steph, and I mean, look, I know that's yeah. I mean, I didn't read upon it. We'll probably see. If you guys want to know about the Vince McMahon news, you can always tune into Sports Strip Live with the Contreras brothers. Probably
my thing is,
after the show.
My thing is I don't understand why is it. I kind of get it because KD is a better player, but why does Steph I say credibility gets diminished because he was with the KD, whereas LeBron literally was with D Wade, Bosh, and then Kyrie and Love within like a 6 year span.
7 year span.
And LeBron's credibility was never diminished.
I mean, hey man, you're absolutely right.
I don't understand that.
I mean, it's something where you can tell that when you become the face of the NBA that LeBron was, you could kind of get away with it. Because
you could say Kyrie was on a level of Steph.
He was, but he wasn't on the level of LeBron. And I think that's where it was. When you're the guy, when you're the man, the face, the whole entire NBA,
right?
You could get away with it having Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Kyrie and Kevin Love.
That's where I disagree. I feel like LeBron's the only player that can get away with that. That has gotten away with that.
No, definitely he got away with that.
Because KD going with Steph, that's always like what he gets. They come at him for it. But
for sure.
If you look at it side by side, KD and LeBron are two same level players. Steph and Kyrie were two same level players. So I don't understand how there's so much hate for KD, and then even I mean Steph gets a form of hate if you're discrediting whether he was the best player at that time or the face of the NBA. But LeBron doesn't get no hate for it. It just it's the how do I be nice? The LeBum biasness. Sorry, Tony. I know you're a LeBron fan. Tony basketball, whatever he wants to call himself today. Tony LeBron
fan for sure. No, man. I mean, that's what it is, dude. I think the fact of the matter is that I think I just sound a little louder. The fact of the matter is that Steph wasn't the face, and that's probably the only argument I can give you right now at the moment, and probably the only argument that's out there,
right,
is that LeBron had it his way, and LeBron had the NBA by the nuts, and LeBron did whatever he had wanted to do. I mean, he went to Miami, he got his boys, he won a championship. That's what the NBA wanted. They got it. They got it for a few years. He went back to Cleveland. There was a success story behind that, and he was still the face of the NBA to the point where he could basically do whatever he wants, and everything will be fine and dandy because he was crowned the king of basketball or the king of the NBA to the point where even the GOAT conversation came out. So
yeah.
Steph wasn't there. Steph was never on that platform. Steph was just chasing Chris Paul, which was pretty easy to do. And that's just make a Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals, and you already surpass him. But Steph wasn't, to me, and to my argument, Steph is on a different platform than anybody else. To me, Steph Curry is, and I said this a while back, prematurely the second best NBA player of all time, simply because of what he did to the NBA, how he changed the game.
That's cap. But so definitely, I wouldn't say that far as he's number 2. He is top 10, but and we touched upon this last episode. But again, you just mentioned it. If LeBron's viewed as the GOAT with a losing finals record, Steph Curry wins and gets an MVP, how is he not thrown in the GOAT debate now? Or at least how does he not surpass LeBron in that debate?
you know what? It's just I mean, look, I handle this whole conversation differently than anybody else. I don't.
Right.
I like I said, Steph changed the game of the NBA. He made centers shoot threes. He made the stretch four. He invented all that with his shooting. So like you said,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's shooting left and right from the logo, behind the logo, 3/4 of the. I mean, 75, like what, 3/4 away from the basket. Like, dude, like it's to me that's my reason why prematurely, to me, in my book, Steph is number two of all time. And I wouldn't be surprised if sooner rather than later, Steph would become the logo of the NBA. And we're talking about a whole different conversation, because the NBA right now is just, it just sounds, or it's just shooting everywhere automatically. It's run and gun and shoot, So to me, that's my topic of conversation. That's where I see um, Steph Curry. I'm gonna get to the comments real quick. Deontay says, I think it shows how great Steph is having KD, and his numbers didn't change much, and Kevin was still able to be Kevin. Jose says, I'm all cap. Sounds like a rainforest with my Steph Curry comment. And then Deontay goes, Steph had his time, back-to-back MVP, and the only exactly, there you go, the only unanimous MVP. So, and he's the only one to do it. So it just backs up my argument on what I said just a little bit on where Steph Curry should be ranked the greatest of all time once he retires. Let's say Steph Curry runs it back again the same way. Then people are probably going to be on the bandwagon that I am already on right now, that I'll be the conductor to, that Steph Curry can be and will become the second greatest player of all time if he does this, if he runs it back either next year or within the next 3-4 years. I think that's how many more years of Steph Curry we have left before he decides to before his body runs him down. I don't
No, I
know
agree.
what
I
else to tell
agree.
you. I mean,
Honestly, the way Steph's playing, we can realistically see him in another finals within. I guess I agree. We got about 4 years of Steph left. I think he got another finals appearance left in him.
definitely, for sure. Hey guys, you're listening to the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you hit the little bell that's right there next to the John Conavi Facebook page. That way you'll be notified when our shows are live. Not only just ours, the JCA Sports Podcast, but also Sports Strip Live with the Contreras Brothers, and also myself with the EAFP Podcast, which is on a quick hiatus at the moment due to scheduling reasons. I will get back to you when the show will be back up and running, because this year is going to be hot for the main football, for the real football, for the months to come. Sticking to the basketball conversation, guys. It's news, it's reported, it's out there, it's gaining traction. We have the Bulls signed Zach LaVine to a ridiculous, stupid, dumb, unnecessary contract.
It's not official yet.
Not official, but it's out there. But the deal is a 5-year deal, $200 million, $200 million plus, because there was a plus right next to it. Let me put that out there. A 5-year, $200+ million contract. If you guys didn't see the post, I actually wrote a comment on there on the John Conavi Facebook page. The comment when it became official. But I want to know your take, John. How do you feel about the signing of Zach LaVine and a 5-year, $200 million max contract?
Oh man, it's very bittersweet to see that news. Obviously, I've been a LaVine fan since we got him. Though he hasn't lived up to what Jimmy Butler has done, just because we traded him for Butler, but he was a part of the rebuild. He's got better every year. This was Zach's team prior to DeRozan going off the way he did. I don't think DeRozan's going to repeat what he did last year. So LaVine coming back, he has a chance to, I guess, reclaim that this is his team. Yep. But I definitely feel like because of that, that's why the Bulls brought him back. I just don't think like he's not worth $200 million, and it sucks because it's like realistically, like we knew the only way to get LaVine back meant giving him $200 million. Like he wasn't going to take anything less. The Bulls deserved them. The Bulls deserved to give. I'm sorry. He deserved for the Bulls to give him a max contract just because of like what he's done for the organization, like where they came from when we first got him. But him like talent wise doesn't deserve 200 mil, but that's just where the contracts are now, and it just sucks because like I feel like we're bringing the same team back next year.
Yep.
And it's like really once again like I mentioned this at the beginning of last year, and just when the playoffs started, like you see teams like Boston, and there's a big gap between Boston and us, Milwaukee and us, and it's like okay, we're running it back again with the pretty much the same team, at least the same big three, barring any like drastic trade happening. It's like, do those guys really compete for even a conference final, let alone an NBA finals?
Hell, even in our own division, bro, where we got the Milwaukee
Right.
Bucks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I hear
And
you.
it's crazy because you can say despite one player on the Bucks, Jose's boy, Giannis.
Thank God he's not
The
on saying that out loud.
Bulls have like better. I should say more well-known names. Like bigger names on our roster than Milwaukee does. But
Right.
Milwaukee's still a far greater team than us,
For sure.
and that's pretty frustrating to watch. Especially like you said, in our division, and it's like. I get why you bring Zach back. He deserves to be a Bull. I'll say that much. But
100%.
there was no way we were gonna bring back Zach and not give him this max contract. It's just how the NBA is. If you come back, you can get the extra year, extra money with your own team, but it definitely cripples the team.
No, definitely for sure. It really does, man, and it cripples the team financially. I mean, look, I get it. Jose right here on the comments goes, geez, I don't like this whole double setup. Give me a second, I'll get to there, guys. There you go. The Bulls take a step back, losing Levine. Deal had to be done. I mean, you guys are absolutely right. I mean, the deal had to be done. I mean, it's the business side of the NBA. It's also to prove and to show you that you could be a mid-table player, a top 15, top 20 player for sure, top 20 player for sure, and be the only star on your team, on a losing team, on a franchise that hasn't been good for years. You can just pull out star numbers and you automatically qualify for the 200 million, to the point where it's like, well, crap, hey, 200 million, yeah, I'll stay. I may not be good enough. I may be.
Who would it?
I'm right. I may be the second or third best player on this team, but on this team, I'm the star player. So hell, why not? And that player could be at mediocre at best. I mean, he's all-star level for sure. Here he's 1A, I guess you can say that, but I mean, anywhere else, he could possibly at best be the third best player on any of the competing team.
Right.
Deontay, we had this conversation at IMS earlier, and Deontay is right. And I do believe this, that he's right, that loyalty. And
absolutely, he got that loyalty.
Yeah, man, and we talked about it between myself, Deontay, and Isaiah, another student at IMS. I said, to me, Zach is worth at the most, because of his age, a good 140, 150. At his age.
I would say 150 max.
150 max.
But
exactly.
He can get more than that, getting a 4-year deal elsewhere. That's why that's how the contracts are the NBA. So it's like, if you want me to stay, it's that 200 range.
Yeah,
nothing less.
And that's why I said on the comment when that report came out, welcome to basketball hell. So Chicago Bulls are going to be in basketball hell with Zach LaVine.
I feel like if we get Lonzo back healthy, the Bulls can at least get past the first round.
For sure.
Maybe compete second. Depends who we line up with, but it just again, it's the same team, which is frustrating.
It's the same team if you kind of think about it. I mean, look, you could run this team with a better defensive presence in the center position from Vooch, and you become slightly better defensively. I mean, you could shoot the lights out anybody if a healthy Lonzo Ball is in. I obviously Alex Caruso, Zach LaVine if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
You know, DeMar DeRozan is going to get his own, and whatever Pat Will gives you, because I really do believe Pat Will is that guy that will get you. You know, if you trade away Vooch, you're not going to get the double figures. You're going to miss out on the 17 and 10. But if you give me 20 and 8, you replace Vooch in my eyes, because you're getting those extra points, extra effort on defense. And now it makes sense trading for this Rudy Gobert news that's been circling the Bulls for the last 2-3 weeks. The Rudy Gobert trade, now that you signed Zach LaVine, semi makes more sense in a way that in a defensive presence, especially when you have bigs in the East, like a Joel Embiid, like a Bam Adebayo, like a Al Horford. Who else am I missing? A Pascal Siakam and Toronto. The dude from Indiana, and I forget his name. And the list goes on. And there's more other bigs too in the East that, not to come to mention, you need that defensive presence. Now, look, 2-time, 3-time defensive player of the year and Rudy Gobert, great. That's fine. Great and dandy. If we can have that type of presence here, all right, great. Fine. Can you shoot the ball? Can you score the points to make this trade make sense? And I think that's where we're at right now at this point, that, you know, there's reports out there that the Bulls are shopping Kobe with their 18th pick this year.
Please get rid of Kobe, please.
You know, I know we had I talked to my boy Chuck at school saying that he doesn't want to get rid of Kobe because he shoots the lights out of the gym.
I get rid of Kobe. He's too inconsistent.
Exactly, it's a little bit too inconsistent. But
I would trade Vooch, Kobe, and an 18th pick for Rudy.
It doesn't sound that ridiculous. Pull the trigger on it, because
pull the trigger that so we can have LaVine, DeRozan, and Rudy,
and
that's a big three.
And
then you still like you're saying, the guys you mentioned, Pat Williams, Lonzo Caruso, you got them, healthy.
Exactly, and you keep the Javonte Green, the Energizer Bunny coming out the bench. You know, you can still trade
Ayo.
Right, you still have Ayo coming out, which he might have another deal coming in, because I feel like he's going to be that guy for the future if he could definitely. You know, I think because of the potential Ayo has, we can afford to get rid of Kobe. Like, exactly, no, definitely, and it was
times done in Chicago.
It was not even from Chicago. I think if he was from Memphis or Dallas or Los Angeles or Las Vegas or Seattle, Wyoming, North or South Dakota, the way that he played literally showed that Kobe White can be expendable for a trade value. I always said, you pull that trigger on Kobe at the trade deadline, and we wouldn't even be in this mess. And the Bulls kept, and I'll give credit to AK and this to say, you know what? Let me keep the squad. Let me see what I have. Let me keep my 2 players. I already have my 2 players solid in Kobe and Ayo DeSumo and Pat Will. I have that already. Let me see what this team has, and then I could start making my moves. And that's what happens, you know. Let's go to the comment section real quick, as the John Konavi Facebook, the JCA Sports Podcast comments are brought to you by Big's Creation, guys. If you want to go out if you want to get a great T-shirt for your parties or anything else, fantasy football that's coming up, NBA or finals or any type of family reunion, go to Big's Creation on Facebook. They will get you guys the T-shirt, and trust me, they be looking nice. So let's go say, hey, this is easy. Name 15 players.
Easy, bro. Jose asking us to name 15 players better than LaVine. That's easy, bro.
That's easy.
Please.
That is super, super easy. Deontay, it's not hard to be the best player on the bad team. It's not. We had this conversation, and that's exactly what I said. He said, and it's true. It really isn't. It really isn't that hard. Jose Go says, y'all can't without capping. I mean, the 15 players for sure. I mean, we could easily name 10 right now.
10 easily.
10 easily.
15 for sure.
15 for sure.
Do you want to name them?
You can name them. Let me see if I agree with you.
Well, go ahead and finish the comments, and we can name them.
All right, cool. We'll lighten Jose his little if they what he says, so Deontay goes, if they line up the front side of that contract and make the back end heavy, then they can help compete for the next 3 years. I think I agree with that too as well. It's something they have
definitely agree.
In order for them to get help, because you want to.
Yeah, if you can, you got to prepare to. I mean, I don't mean to sound mean, but you got to prepare to not re-sign DeRozan after his contract's up.
Exactly, you really do.
You know, despite even if he repeats what he did last year, I think that would definitely cripple the Bulls massively if we re-sign DeRozan after this contract's up.
For sure, and which I don't think he is, because we're already talking about a guy who's in his mid-30s. So you're getting the best out of DeRozan now of what he has left in the tank. Deontay goes, if you make that trade for Rudy with those players, you lose two of your 3 best shooters on the team that struggle with shooting.
But you have to account for we're banking on also having Caruso and Lonzo healthy,
right? Because
and a full year of Pat Williams,
right? When healthy and with a full year of Pat Williams, and when healthy, this team was the number 1 team in the East. This team was exciting to watch.
With Vooch playing kind of bad.
With Vooch playing kind of bad.
I mean, he didn't turn it up till like March, April.
Right. He really did.
Every week we were talking about him. About his
for sure. It was just weird. All right, I want to bring Jose. Just decided to pop in for some odd reason, so we're bringing him in. And
is he at the gas station?
He's at a gas station. He put on Tony. Bro, I'm not even gonna say it because it should be literally Quincy basketball, because none of his basketball knowledge comes from Jose's head.
There's no way. No, shut up, Eric. Shut up. There's no way you guys can name 15 players better than Levine without capping. No way.
That's easy. That's easy.
And I came on to tell you guys that there's no way you can name 15 players better than Levine without capping.
Are you ready?
14, 13 at least. But there's no way.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to use 10 fingers. Eric, I'm going to need to borrow your 5, okay?
I got you.
In no particular order.
No particular order. Go ahead.
Durant. Steph. Giannis. Luka. Trae Young. Jason Tatum. Eric, no, you don't agree?
Trae Young? I agree. Trae Young, you're already capping. There's no way.
Trae Young is definitely better. Trae Young is definitely better.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say Devin Booker.
Keep going.
Chris Paul.
Keep going. I agree with that one.
Let me see. Hold on. I put DeMar DeRozan above him.
No.
DeRozan going off of last year. Going off of last year.
No, you can't go based off 1 year. Come on.
Why? You're only as good as your last season.
Okay, but DeMar DeRozan is not going to replicate that season. You know damn well he's not.
Okay, fine. Then check out DeRozan. LeBron.
Okay, LeBron.
That's my number 9.
Okay.
Anthony Davis. Healthy.
No.
I'll give you that.
No.
We're at 10.
Can't even play.
We're at 10.
That man can't even play. No. Anthony Davis is not part of that. No way.
Kawhi Leonard.
Stay healthy.
Kawhi. I'll give you Kawhi.
I say Paul George is better.
No way. No way. Paul George is
a healthy Paul George. Paul George is definitely better than
himself.
Paul George is himself. Paul George. Jimmy Butler.
I'll give you Jimmy.
Give me Jimmy.
Okay, and then 2 more. Levine's not top 15.
He is top 15.
You're missing John Morant.
14, 13. That's it. Levine's next.
You're missing John Morant.
Morant and Kyrie Irving.
Come on, man.
Morant and Kyrie. Okay,
take Trae Young.
Take
Trae Young off that list, bro.
And you know what? There's somebody else on here that agrees with you. Trae Young is not better. Zay said that's who I'm talking about right there. My boy said what I was saying. Trae Young is not better than Zach.
Tell him, Zay.
Wow.
Tell him, Zay. Tell
him. He definitely is, bro. Trae Young can actually carry a team to the playoffs. Can Zach do that?
Oh my God, he did not carry a team to the playoffs
last year.
He did not carry the team to the playoffs.
Listen,
the fact that you guys are giving our fans,
I wouldn't even put LaMelo over Zach.
No, all right, I'm done. The fact you guys are giving
that's what I told me. That's where I kind of lose.
Giving our fans this crap on the
I know. I'm just trying to get Jose mad.
That one, you're literally stretching that one, man. I would not.
No, I know. I'm just trying to get Jose more mad at this.
I see you're starting the pot. I get you.
gas tank
I
because I
get
already
you.
know my
Did
boy's
you
mad
even
at that gas tank.
did you even say Joel Embiid?
Nope, I
I don't
forgot
think you
Embiid. There you
did.
go. So
You missed
take
out
out
Joel
Trey Young
Embiid.
and put it in Embiid.
Yeah, you
There
take
you
out
go.
Paul George, you put in Embiid, and
Uh,
yeah,
it's
that
just.
it's just yeah for sure top 15, definitely top
Oh, I
20.
forgot Dame.
Oh,
'Cause he
Dame,
was
yep, Damian Lillard.
Dame Lillard.
So that
Okay, there you
pushes
go.
them out of
So
the
you
amount of
can we'll take off Trey Young like he said, and we'll take off who's the other guy he said.
oh you
Um,
said Paul George.
okay, we'll take off Paul George and Trey Young, and we'll replace them with Embiid and Dame. There goes
I
for
agree.
15
That
better players.
now we're
15
talking.
legit better
Now we're
players
talking.
than Zach.
You know what?
He said take out Anthony Davis.
Let's take out Anthony Davis. Hey, if you guys want to join in, if you guys agree with John's top 15, you can always come in on the comment section for sure and type in, or even join us on the episode. The link is up and on the Facebook page. You guys could come in at any time to talk about the Chicago Bulls. You guys feel about the 200 mil, the supposed contract that's out there. Is it worth the contract? Is Zach LaVine a top 15 player? And that's the conversation that we're
I feel like
having.
I'm missing an obvious player too. Still,
I feel like you are
let me
too.
see.
I would,
What's his name from the MVP from Denver?
Joker,
Jokic.
You know what? You want
there you
to
go.
know who I
So
think is better than
we'll
Zach
take out
LaVine?
Anthony Davis, put in Jokic. You can throw
I can even
Mitchell
throw
in the
in
mix.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
I'll throw in Donovan Mitchell over Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Your boy's just going down, Jose. I mean, I'm talking about he's definitely top 20.
He's top 20.
He's top 20.
But top 15, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm not giving a guy 200 million that's barely cracking the top 20. That's barely cracking the top 20. And I feel like there's that one player that you kind of like, okay, all right. I get your argument. He says Sports Strip Live airs tomorrow, pre-recorded episode.
I think you can probably argue Anthony Davis, I guess.
You can argue a healthy Anthony Davis.
But we already took him out and replaced him.
Right.
Literally, everybody Jose had a problem with, we replaced them already.
Exactly, with better players on top of that. MVP caliber players that you forgot to mention. So yes, it's easy to name 15 players better than Zach LaVine.
Okay, would you put Beal over LaVine?
I would definitely put Bradley Beal over Zach LaVine for sure.
Recent Bradley Beal, yeah, like the last 2 years of him.
Even Bradley Beal of young.
I'm so baffled that they won't
bring the heat, bro. Bring the smoke.
Put Trey Young over LaVine. That's definitely cap. I put Jaylen Brown over LaVine
for sure. Look, I get it. Look, Zach LaVine is a fine young star here in the NBA, here with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, yes, we did. He barely said it right now. We did say the Joker. The Joker is definitely up there. He's better. He's a better player. Oh, we
went ahead and swapped out Trey Young.
We swapped out players. We right now Zach LaVine, until we find somebody else to throw out the league, he's at 19th place, and we're giving this
Cole.
guy.
Thank you. Cole says he's taking Jaylen Brown over LaVine.
I'll even do that. I'll take anybody of the Celtics, the two young stars from the Celtics.
Yeah.
You want to know where I might stop, but I'll think about it twice or two.
I think LaVine would be at number 20. He's at number 20.
Oh, man, you know what? I'm being convinced that he's not even top 20. You keep naming these players, and it's just like, he's
just falling down, bro.
He's falling down, and even
lower.
Players like you said, like players that are still even having that max contract. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, by the way, are playing in the NBA Finals. You know, Steph Curry. Here's one that
you could even put Klay Thompson.
That's where I was going. Thank you. I was going with that one right there. You can even stretch out to even Klay Thompson over Zach LaVine. Now, granted, look, guys.
We gotta put respect on Klay's name.
Let's
despite
take
him
two
coming
steps
back
and realize that this man is coming off two major surgeries, an Achilles and an ACL tear in back-to-back years. Let's take a couple steps back, but as an overall player that we know Klay Thompson to be, I'll take a healthy Klay Thompson over a Zach LaVine any day out of the week. And that's that's me trying to stretch it to the most possible.
Would you put James Harden over LaVine?
Hell no. No, I'm good. I'd rather have Zach LaVine. Look, I get it. In the regular season, James Harden can give me 30, 40 points. That's fine.
Give me Harden 2 years ago. 2 years ago, give me Harden.
No.
Maybe 3 years ago. Pre-Nets Harden.
He said, CP says, I'll give him flowers. He made an all-star team and averaged 24 this past season. It's just he can't be the second best player on a championship team. That's, he says Harden's worth they automatically disqualifies him.
You know what?
I agree.
I hope Jose's still watching, but I would put a healthy Ben Simmons over Zach LaVine. Easily.
That's where you lost me, homie.
No. You're a Ben Simmons hater. You're a Ben Simmons hater, but I would definitely put.
I'm not a
Ben Simmons. A healthy hater. Ben Simmons over LaVine.
But I will definitely now. That's the Johnny blasphemy that's coming out for sure. Thank you, CP. Like he lost me there too. I'm not gonna lie. He was doing fine. He replaced the other players that he said too.
It's all right. It's okay. Then LaVine still stays at number 20. He still stays right there at 20.
And then that's the thing. We found 20 players.
Number 21, Ben Simmons.
And we're giving him $200 million. Welcome to basketball hell, Chicago. This is what basketball hell looks like, and this is what it's gonna be. Like Deontay said earlier, man. Like if they somehow give this money at the back end of this contract, so we could like load up within the next 3 years that we have DeMar DeRozan on the team.
Put the money up front,
right? Then fine, cool. I guess I could live with it. But then after that, what? Like the Rudy Gobert trade, it makes sense now a little bit. You get that defensive.
I would do it while you can.
All right, this is Deontay's top 20. So he has Steph, LeBron, Joker, Jimmy, KD, Kyrie, Embiid, Giannis, Devin, Ja, Luka, Kawhi, Dame. He got Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, Brandon Ingram, 19 Clay, 20 Anthony Davis. Cap. Where do I see?
Take out Bam. Take out Brandon Ingram.
I don't know, man. I like Bam Adebayo's game ethic, bro. Like I enjoy him. I do enjoy his game. He does bring both sides of the ball. Bam, and he's younger too. I tend to agree with Deontay on this one. Wow. I think he's a little too high in my book. He's definitely top 20 potential player, but I think at 16, Bam Adebayo.
Who are we missing? There's no CP3 on the list.
See, look, I agree with you on the CP3 part over
LaVine.
Over LaVine.
Yes,
but you know where I'm at with CP.
I know where you're at with him. Oh, he said in no order.
In no order. Okay. All right. Because he's stirring the pot for sure. Look at CP in the comments talking about Steph at number 1.
List.
Jimmy at number 4.
Put his list back on the screen. Put his list back on the screen real quick. I'm trying to read it on my phone. So see, yeah, so he doesn't include Brown, who we all just agreed would take over LaVine.
For sure.
Chris Paul for sure. We put over LaVine.
Yeah.
Who else are we missing?
Either
way, this is a solid list. The only one I don't agree with taking for sure. Okay, Bam, you can argue, but Brandon Ingram, you can't.
What? And I'm agreeing with this one too. I think I'll put Brandon Ingram over Zach. Honestly,
that's
in my list. He's falling to 23, homie. In my list, Zach LaVine is falling to 23. And look, again, here we go. Look, I had Cole and Deontay on shows before. These guys were all on it against me and everything like
Cole's
that. So
ready.
yes, but he says no particular order. So he said, "Oh, we good."
He said we good. Yeah, pump the brakes, my boy. Ready to go. But those guys.
I 100% agree with Deontay, man. These guys are better than Zach. And in my book, like you keep naming me these players, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. Zach LaVine to me barely hits top 25. You give me the names of the list of players, and I would literally pick out all the players. And I guarantee you, Zach LaVine in my list barely cracks 25.
Damn. Yeah, you said we literally went like from 15 in. He was in the 15 to 20 range. Now he's in the 20 to 25 range. It's rough out there. Zach probably watching this shit.
Hey man, look, if the JCA Sports Podcast, three lonely motherfuckers from Chicago, starting off this podcast, and he's watching this, and we give him that motivation, we'll take all the credit in the world. Don't
All
get
of
me wrong.
Give
I'll
it to
take
us.
all the credit for this. But I'm
Yep.
just saying, man, like,
For the
look,
Zach hate.
hey, look, it's not the hate. I'm not
It's
hating
not. It's
on
not.
Zach.
Hate. Yeah, you're right. It's not at all.
It's just facts. We're literally playing a guy who can't even crack the top 20 at this point now.
Would you put
And we're
Rudy
giving him
Gobert
5
over
years, $20
Levine?
million. Make it make sense. Make it
Eric,
make sense.
Eric, would you put Rudy Gobert over Levine?
Fuck yeah.
What about Carl Anthony Towns?
Ooh, big cat. That dude, I would say yes.
It's foul.
I
Chris
would say yes.
Middleton. Chris Middleton over Levine? I think he's proven he has because he was the number 2 to the championship in the Bucks.
I you know what? I'm sorry. Even Chris, I'll take Chris Middleton over Zach LaVine.
And that one hurts. I don't like Chris Middleton like that, but he is definitely a better number 2.
We are giving a guy. The only thing that he has working for him is that he's 26.
And he has loyalty to Chicago.
There you go. If we pay Levine, I don't want them trading for Gobert. That's too much salary to deal with.
But
It's not my money.
If we give Vucevic the books,
It's not my money. Oh, well, remember, Rudy Gobert is getting paid in Utah, so that's some of that money is coming to us.
yeah.
Some of that money is coming to us. So, look, man, we paid DeRozan last year.
Hey, like you said, it ain't our money.
It's not our money. You're right.
Bring them.
But $200 million into the books for a guy who can't even crack top 25.
Yep.
Welcome to basketball hell, Chicago. We're in basketball hell. We are in basketball hell. We'll be in the cap hell, getting first and second round exits. I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
Maybe Anthony Edwards. Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one, but that one's kind of like you can make your bouts and battles with that one, but
yeah,
for sure. But yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I'm trying to find the list.
So am I.
I would put Siakam over Levine.
Yeah, no, that's a little stretch.
The sets.
There goes.
He was balling last year.
Edwards over him based off the potential. I mean, yeah, he's a young cat. He's young. Anthony Edwards is young. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but there's only one young player, possibly even two, for sure right now that I'll take over Zach LaVine. Maybe three, and that's Luka, Trey, and four. Damn, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I think he's younger than Zach.
Mm-hmm.
John Morant. I mean, I get the Anthony Edwards part. I get it that he's young, the potential based off. I get that. That's great. That's great. That's 100%. But remember, based off potential, we're basing this off of potential. And what I know is what I see that Zach LaVine can ball.
So based off this 2011 CBS article I found, top 100 players, LaVine is the highest current Bull at number 28.
And we're giving the guy $200 million, John. $200 million.
Man.
Welcome to basketball hell, Chicago. Definitely. I think who was it? Was it CP that he says that will be in cap hell? Definitely first and second round exits. Because for sure, I mean, at the moment, look, you give me Rudy Gobert. Okay, great. Do we have a shot? We have a shot defensively. We have a good shot. We have somebody that could semi-contain or give a hard time for the centers in the East. I'll give you that. Rudy Gobert could defend. Maybe when you take him out of the paint, it's a whole different story. I get that. I understand that. But it just makes it make sense. Make it make sense with the players that we have and the players that you're bringing in and whatever you draft and whatever you could develop. Definitely an eye on Pat Will. But I think if you bring in Rudy Gobert, your window is within the next 3 seasons with this contract.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely agree.
He said, I think it's the Chicago trying to prove that they are loyal to attract players down the line. And maybe rightfully so.
It might work out.
So. Maybe. But the real question is, it's a 5-year deal. This is definitely going to be a future question for the podcast. But if within 3 years we don't at least reach the NBA Finals, we trading Zach?
Nah, I don't think so. I think Zach's the one we ride with. We ride the next 5 years with Zach. Everybody else can be moved besides him and Pat Williams.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Exactly. Who will take on that contract? I mean, in 3 years, he'll be 29.
Yeah.
He's on the other side of 30. Given if he's healthy, maybe.
The only way we trade him is if we eat up half of that
Probably
contract that's left.
Yep. It'll be.
That's what I'm saying. We got to ride Zach. We're showing loyalty here, so we got to ride him out. Zach's our guy. Zach's our man for the next 5 years.
Yeah, this is a great conversation because everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, and a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people that don't like it. Jose is definitely the one who says Zach LaVine's a top 5 player in the NBA right now. He deserves a $200 million contract. Only Jose will come up with something like that. So, I mean,
Nice.
Hey, he calls himself Tony Basketball, but it's really Quincy. I mean, he couldn't be with us today, but he did show up. He was on the comments. So I'd like to thank Jose for that, for showing out and supporting, even though he's not here. The JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, and Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook too as well under John Konavi. Make sure you guys hit the little bell right next to the John Konavi Facebook page. That way you guys get notified when our shows are coming up.
Jose's back. After
back.
we missed the whole list, talking about top 15. Bro, just named 25 players better than him.
He said, I pray that they don't pay that man 200 Blazers. Please make the move for sure. He said not top 5. I know it's not top 5. I'm just yanking it, bro. Chill. I'm pulling the string.
Chill,
for
LeBron.
Sure. Yeah, he still thinks Giannis is. You know what? Let me not go there. And then Deontay agrees. Yep, and within the next 5 years, a finals appearance, Bulls will be in rebuild mode. What?
I agree that they'll be in a rebuild mode, but with LaVine as
I
the
said
centerpiece.
top 15. I never said top 5. Don't put that blasphemy out there. I'm trying to take a deuce right now, and I'm hearing
Jose
you
doesn't know what
say
sarcasm
Jose
is.
says Zach LaVine's a top 5 player. Come on, man.
Can
Sarcasm
we
is not your
please
strong
edit that
suit,
out
bro.
of the podcast, please? No one needs
What?
to. Our followers don't need to know that.
Exactly. Sarcasm is
I'm
not
just playing.
sarcasm.
I'm in the dining room. Relax. I'm just playing. But regardless of the fact,
Bro, I literally recognize your bathroom.
Sarcasm is not your strong suit, bro.
come on, man. No, it's not top 5, bro. Not top 5.
He said, I noticed that DeMar wasn't in y'all top 20.
I included him in my original top 15.
I question it a
But
little
Cole
bit.
wasn't on.
Look,
Cole
you
wasn't
can't
on
put
there.
DeMar. You can't even put
Going
Kyrie
off
Irving because
of
Kyrie
last
Irving hasn't
year,
been able to play.
Kyrie
the past
Irving
few
is
years.
definitely better than LaVine. Easily.
Who?
That showman,
Kyrie.
Comadre. That showman, Comadre.
Kyrie Irving is definitely better.
Oh, for sure.
Bro.
No, for sure. I agree with that.
I would easily give Kyrie a $200
No, you would
million
not. Yeah, for
contract
what?
before LaVine.
To play 1 out of 5 years? Come on, John. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
For
He'll
the
play
Bro.
1 out of 5 years back.
I don't care if he just shows up for playoffs. He gives us a better chance of winning than LaVine does.
That's a cap.
It's not. It's
not.
Cap.
It really isn't.
Every year,
Kyrie
Zach
Irving is-
LaVine has gotten better. Every year, Zach LaVine is going to get better. Come on, man. You got to give him his due, bro.
bro.
The Bulls take a step
he's
back
going
if they
to
don't
be
sign
good.
Zach LaVine.
And they
If
also
you
take
don't sign Zach
they
LaVine,
don't take a step forward with this contract.
that's okay. That's a good argument.
We didn't get better.
That I'll agree with you. It's not necessarily a step forward, but you can make it a step forward by surrounding pieces, right? You guys mentioned someone like Rudy Gobert. I think will with Zach LaVine will take a step forward, and that's all you want to see, yes or no?
I mean,
you take LaVine off this team. Doesn't matter who you bring in. It's a step back. because you're not going to get any star player. You can't, at least not right now. Like,
I think we'll take a step forward if it's Donovan Mitchell.
We're not going to get Donovan Mitchell.
I mean,
if it's Dame,
no. I mean, if the trade situation comes where Zach LaVine is no longer here, I think that transition from Gobert to Donovan Mitchell comes up real quick.
like I get what you mean. I get what you mean because look, because I get what you mean because on the market, like free agent market, there's no one on Zach LaVine's level. But to give $200 million to somebody that's not even top 15, we're not gonna say 20. We're gonna say top 15. And again, it's like I said earlier, it's the same team. We're putting out the same team where there's still the huge gap between us, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee. Like, God forbid, if we make it to the finals, we get swept. I didn't even mention Brooklyn 76ers. We're still the weakest team in the East that made the playoffs this year.
It depends, man. It depends. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know, man. It's just it's hard for me to rats, man. I don't even know, man.
It just sucks because we expected to be better than what we were, you know. And like LaVine's contract's up. He does deserve a contract with the Bulls. It's just how the market is. It's just how the game is now.
I agree, and that's the sad part, man. I agree with you. That's how the market is, and I agree with you 100%, John. And it sucks, ass that the NBA players definitely. The NBA players definitely have a hold on the NBA, bro. Like it's the NBA, the players run the NBA, and for a guy to get the guy to get 200 mil, and he's not even top 20 in my books. Even though you give me the list, barely cracking top 30, and you're giving him 200 mil. Yeah, man, that's scary for sure. There he goes. I think he's out of the Dookie Center.
Woo!
Real quick, before we go back to Jose, you know, on the Bix Creation Facebook chat, CP goes over here and says, I think that the honor belongs to the Hawks, sir, that they're not better than us. I mean, the Atlanta Hawks, yeah, I mean, that's the one.
You guys, I'll give you guys this, Eric. I'll give you guys this. You guys brought up a very good point that if Zach LaVine can't even be a top 15 player, why give him $200 max deal? I think you guys brought up a great point. If we literally have to sit here and argue that he's a top 15 player, is $200 million worth the contract? That's hard, man. I mean, and I agree with you guys here. That shouldn't be top 10 player for sure, but he's not even there. He's nowhere near it. But at the same time, the Bulls are in a situation where if you don't sign Zach LaVine, what do you do then? Because DeMar DeRozan's not going to be that guy for you going forward. Vucevic's not going to be that guy for you going forward. What do you do from here?
LaVine's not going to be that guy either.
He can be. There's still potential there, but you know, you've seen DeMar DeRozan. That was his best year. The guy's going to start declining from here on out.
Honestly, I got more hope that Lonzo can be that guy for the Bulls next year over LaVine. A healthy Lonzo.
What up, Uncle Day?
Nah, say what's up, homie? How are you, man?
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, Zach LaVine is not top 15. Sorry, Jose. Sorry, bro. It's a good try, but he not top 15. He not top 20. He is number one on the Bulls, yes, but he not in the league. Not top 15, top 20.
Okay,
but
not even top 25.
Based off this year, or we're going based off like the X amount of years? What are we going by?
I'm going based off of his career. Period.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, Deontay. Come on, man.
Based off of his career,
you can't sit here and say
you can't be top 15.
You can't. I agree, man. I'm agreeing with Deontay here, man. You cannot be.
Yeah, you can't be top 15 and you don't commit to both ends of the floor He's not a defender, and he's not a juggernaut on offense. So
keep saying it. Come on.
So how can he be top 15? Like the dudes who don't play D can get you 50 and they sleep. So
come on.
I'm back.
What else? I'm listening.
So how can Zach be top 15, bro? And he can't. I mean, I'm saying that's my thing. You got to be a two-way player to be one of the elite players in the league, and if you're not, you have to be a walking bucket. Before James Harden got fat, he was a walking bucket, top 15. Steph is a walking bucket. KD a walking bucket. These are dudes who don't play elite defense. They are walking buckets. So he not top 15. I'm glad you back, John. There's no way I give Kyrie $200 million.
Thank you.
That's what got my attention. I'm in here, man. Bro. I just walked in the house.
Listen.
I'm cooking some ramen.
Last year, vaccination issues. Kyrie Irving definitely deserves a $200 million
bro, you're
contract.
capping, bro.
No,
John, John will give Kyrie Irving a 5-year. John will give Kyrie Irving a 5-year, $200 million contract, but Kyrie only played 1.5 years. Out of that whole 5-year deal,
Kyrie is a max contract worth player.
Bro,
but he just got to show up.
The best ability is availability.
It's availability, and he's not on the injury report. Like if you're talking about dudes like Anthony Davis, that how unfortunate injury after injury. That's one thing. Kyrie would just be like, yo, I don't feel like going. My sister having a birthday party, then it's a block party. Then they got a 2-for-1 special that matches.
I understand that.
I'm just going to miss a few days.
But looking at pure talent-wise, when he plays, who gives you a better chance at a championship? Kyrie Irving or Zach?
But the fact that you got to say when he plays,
exactly.
The fact if you got a question,
we can say when Zach LaVine is healthy.
No, if you got a question when someone plays, you're not going to give them $200 million. They're not worth $200 million, John.
That's right. That's right.
I hear what you're saying. But I'm looking at talent-wise itself. Give me Kyrie Irving over Zach LaVine.
Yeah, if you're talking about talent itself over,
but we're talking contract.
Yeah,
money.
Okay, no.
But we talking dollars.
Back up. Time out. I don't know if you heard Deontay, but earlier we were naming our top 15. I clearly said Kyrie is top 15 and LaVine is not.
I agree with you there.
But you said you'll give him $200 million.
Right, that's also true. That is also true. So I am putting him talent-wise over LaVine, and because of that, I would give Kyrie $200 million before I give LaVine $200 million.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that because I know Zach gonna show up. If I had to pick 200 million between the two of them,
Zach's gonna show up and then he's gonna get hurt and is it coming to playoffs and not do anything.
He gonna show up even if unless he's not healthy. It's not gonna be
I got sound effects on my board, guys. I'm just testing them out.
You're ugly, bro. Come on,
bro. Look. Literally, Kyrie was balling every game he can. I understand his issues. I understand his issues completely. But LaVine's best day does not match up to Kyrie's best day ever.
Okay, so this what you got to do in that situation, brother. You got to step out of fan mode and step into GM mode.
Yep.
Because when you investing into your product, you got to make sure that your product is gonna be available when they supposed to be.
So if I'm in GM mode right now, I would not do what the Bulls just did and would not have given LaVine $200 million, nor would I give Kyrie $200 million. I'm
not giving either one of them $200 million.
Yeah, if
I'm not giving Zach $200 million because Zach is not talented enough.
He's not $200 million player. He's a $140, $150 dollar player.
I'm not giving Kyrie $200 million because he got the reverse Allen Iverson. AI missed practice, Kyrie missed game.
I just hit something, man. I'm just testing this out.
For Kyrie, I would give him like a 160 with incentives based on how often you play contract.
Right. Now that's what I was gonna say. If I gave
LaVine caps at 150.
Okay, so I agree with you guys. You're swaying me, right? You're swaying me. But here's the thing.
There's something.
He's not top 20, Jose.
He's not top 25.
Okay.
Did you see the list in the comments?
Well, yeah, I know. I haven't seen a list in the comments. I'll look at it later. Well, actually, I'll make a list and put it on Instagram. Okay, but here's the thing.
Give it to us now.
So then what do you do if you're the Bulls? Hold on.
He gonna let him count it real slow.
What? Wait, I think I got the countdown.
What are we talking about?
That reminds me of the clock. Boo! I thought I was gonna say numbers.
You fucked it up, bro.
I
Way to kill
did.
the
I'm
joke.
sorry. All right, go ahead, Jose. What were you saying?
The thing is, but the thing is, the fact that the Bulls are in a situation now where they either need Levine or they get rid of him, and you can't go backward. You can't go backward. Signing Levine is your only option right now.
Yeah, and right, that's definitely true.
No, we agree. Like, it worked out for Levine. It just happened when he's a free agent, he's the best guy in the market. And then the way the market is, if you go with the team that you're with, you get $200 million.
Right.
It worked out for him.
I don't even know if I say he's the best guy on the market because Bradley Beal is on the market too, but Zach LaVine is the Bulls guy.
Me and Eric did say we would put Beal over Levine in the top 15,
Right.
top 20 range.
I concur.
So, but again, if you, I'd be honest, if the Bulls were to have let Levine walk and give Beal $200 million, I still don't think it makes us compete with Brooklyn, Boston, Milwaukee. I feel like we're still where we're at now, where we were last. You know,
I don't think $200 million will be in the market. Definitely Bradley Beal would
no,
be a lot more cheaper.
No, it'd be like a 4-year 170, 180.
Right.
Would be the max you give. I'm just saying, if you would replace Beal with Levine, this team still doesn't make it to the conference finals.
Okay, so can I touch on that one real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pause. No homo.
Hey, it's June, bro. You're cool.
I guess you're right. Let's not get canceled though.
Please.
Jose trying to cancel us right now. Look at this.
We just hit season 2 of the JCA Sports
Right.
Podcast, guys.
So, Brad, from a basketball standpoint, Bradley Beal is a more polished player. He plays both ends of the floor. He can create his own shot way better than Zach can. Zach is a one-trick pony. He got one move to a step back. Bradley Beal can actually create mid-range as well as he can play off the ball better than Zach offensively. And defensively, he's a little bit bigger. Not like taller, but a little bit stockier. So he can guard players different than what Zach can. So Bradley Beal would be more of a fit. Would it get us over the hump? I don't think nothing out there is going to get the Bulls over the hump of the Celtics, the Bucks when healthy, maybe the Miami Heat, but not the Celtics or the Bucks. Nothing available.
Nothing. I think the only way would be if Kawhi were to opt out and come sign with us.
Yeah, that sounds like the Kevin Durant coming here talks. Not happening.
It's like the LeBron James in 2010 coming to Chicago.
All right, it's not happening.
It's not.
It's not. No, it's not. I'm just realistically, and I've said this before. The only way the Bulls have a shot is if we get a legit superstar player here, and there's no one realistically coming.
None is available. Bradley Beal,
no superstars coming.
Got to a superstar. It's available right now. So they was handcuffed by the market the same way when they gave Carlos Boozer that absurd amount of money years ago. They was handcuffed by the market where Zach is basically, capitalizing on the opportunity. So here we are. And now you just got to try.
Shout out to Zach. Shout out to his agent. Like I said, he deserves a contract with the Bulls. But that $200 million, I get Jose said we take a step back without him, but with him, we're not taking a step forward at all.
He said, "Don't remind me of the Boozer thing." Yes, it happened. It happened. So
we should do worse Bulls signings one of these days.
Oh, trust me. Hey, look, I got a top 5 coming up, man, and it's going to be the worst, the top 5 worst players to come to Chicago overall.
Can y'all make sure that Ron Mercer is on that list? When y'all do, please make sure Ron Mercer is on that list. And Michael Olowokandi. Oh Lord! All right,
Lord.
I'm about to go fix my noodles now, so I can have
That
black
amount of
man
time.
dinner.
Fire.
Hey,
I'll
man,
catch
look,
y'all later, guys.
hey,
Thanks
look, you
for
one
Okay,
quarter
thank you.
Mexican.
Thank you for
and
jumping
I
on,
understand
bro.
where you get the Mexican from, but you a quarter Mexican, homie. I'll appreciate it. Uncle Day Day, thank you, bro. Thank you for hopping on. Yeah, for sure. Look, he said CP goes on and saying that I would hope for a sign and trade with Portland for Simmons and their 7th pick, maybe. I don't know. I mean that could probably be possible, but at this point with the contract, it's hard to trade him, bro. It's gonna be hard to trade him and for somebody else to get rid of or to take on this contract, because it's 200 mil for 5 years. If you slice that up, and that's like what, 25 mil a year,
Yep.
if that, maybe even more.
Yeah, for somebody to take on that contract, it's
For a guy who barely cracked top 30
bro.
and the NBA players of current NBA players, barely cracked.
Eric,
Because you-
he's top 25. Eric, don't give him don't disrespect him like that.
I'm not. That's pure respect. That's where he really
now
stands.
It's 25. Now it's 25.
He barely cracks top 30. In my list, he just kept going further and further down because you keep naming players. I'm like, yeah, I'll take him over Zach. Yeah, I'll take him over Zach. Yeah. He barely cracks top 30 and we're getting him 200 mil.
Yep. Agreed.
He said, I mean, if Tobias Harris is the top 5 players paid, to be fair.
So
Yeah.
I guess the real question is, and so how does this end? The only if we're giving Zach LaVine a $200 million contract, based on what we got with everybody else, the only way to get out of all this is a rebuild. Trading away everybody.
We gotta trade Vooch and Kobe.
The only way this works is that within the next 3 to possible 4 seasons, we are in an NBA final.
Right, but if this doesn't work, this is going to end in a rebuild.
That's how it's gonna end, and that's how. And guess what? That's what Chicago is known for rebuilding.
No, bro. We're gonna retool. Okay.
No, man. This is not the Cubs, homie.
This is
the Cubs.
The Bears did it too. This is gonna happen. Okay. Vooch, his contract is gonna end. The Mars contract is gonna end, and then it's gonna be a rebuild with Zach still here because no one wants to take that contract for Zach. That's how it's gonna be.
CP, how old are you, homie?
No, I refuse.
How old are you?
I think he's like 25. CP's on the young side. You're gonna get the
Bulls competitive. Yeah, I mean, so for the Chicago Bulls, they will be competitive. I mean, they're gonna be competitive. He's 26, so you're guaranteed gonna have up until you're 29. The Bulls will be competitive and be in the playoffs. If that's competitive enough for you, cool, great. Do you might see an Eastern Conference Finals? Probably, if they make the right moves. I'm legit saying right now that if you make that Rudy Gobert trade, you have a better shot at making the Eastern Conference Finals than you are going to be with Vooch. That's just plain and simple. We could find scoring some other way, shooting wise, some other way. That's fine. That's great. But we need somebody to at least somewhat slow down or make it tough for the bigs in the East, like Giannis, like Embiid, like Bam, Al Horford, all those guys I'm talking about. And the Miles Turner, is that the guy from Indiana? I would honestly, it's us guys knocking on 40 that should be worried for real. Shit, I'm like 9 years away, almost 8. Anyways, that's neither here or there. But the Bulls will be competitive. The Bulls will be competitive for the next 3 years for sure if the moves that they make are right. And if I get an Eastern Conference Finals appearance, then it has worked. Can I get it consistently? That's going to be the problem. With this money that we're giving Zach LaVine, that's barely cracking top 30 in my books, it's going to be very, very, very hard to reach those heights. And that's a bit. He said, I totally believe Lonzo makes that Milwaukee series more competitive, but we need to make moves down low. Trade Kobe White. I've been saying it for years. I mean, yeah, I was saying it during the trade deadline this year. Trade him. Trade him while his value was high.
Last summer, bro. Last summer, I was saying trade him.
No, you know what?
Jose was like,
no, you know what? I think what you would have gotten for Kobe then is probably what you'll get Kobe for now. And you missed out on an opportunity to get your top dollar from Kobe White when he was hot right before the playoffs. I mean, right before the trade deadline.
For Kobe
That's when we were
White, I
supposed
would
to
have
let
got
him
a
go.
year's worth of Giordano's pizza at the UC paid for. So
That's what he's giving. Man, I didn't even get
I'll
to my
take it.
rant. But we're going on an hour and 30 for this one, man. I mean, hey, this is a great topic, man. And I knew this was going to be a great topic coming on today's show simply because like the news broke out yesterday and a lot of people were just on the fence with this. And look, you could kind of tell, like you and I are on the fence. Jose's on it. He's on the other side. I'm iffy on it. I don't like it at all, period. There's a lot of people that don't like it. And there's a lot of people that just are just dealing with it simply because the Bulls haven't been relevant. And that's the scary part. That's the scary part. The fact that we are just being relevant at the moment and we're just getting relevant. And now that we're going to go and do this, we might go to basketball hell. Deontay goes to closing out here. As much as I hate to say it, Kobe is in the last year of his rookie deal. If he makes it past draft night, he'll be gone by the deadline. No, there was reports. Hopefully, the reports today, Deontay saying that the 18th pick and Kobe White would definitely going to be on display for sure for the draft night next week. So that's what we got. Hey, John, real quick, I wanted to talk to you about this simply because it's real quick. I'll get to my rant next week. It's a good one, and I honestly want to take this out of my chest for sure. But we're wrapping on 1:30. But I think if we make a move for Kobe White and the 18th pick for deadline, for a frontline starter, maybe. Yeah, that's what we're looking at for sure. That's definitely what we're probably looking at. So, but the Sox, man, they need a big weekend. They need a sweep. Do they need a sweep to be back in contention for the AL? Just for the AL Central.
No. Well, we just swept Detroit, which is a
That's
great
Detroit.
sign. I know it's Detroit, but Detroit's been playing the division hard all year long. I know because they've ruined a couple of my parlays this year. Playing teams like the Astros, like the Twins, the Indians, Red Sox, beating teams I got no business beating.
Right.
But it's we got to shout out my boy Moncada, 5 for 6 today, 5 RBIs. This sweep was much needed for the Sox. To answer your question, no, they don't need to sweep the Astros. That's a big task for anybody to do, even a team like the Yankees. But I definitely feel like we need to win 2 of the 3 against the Astros, bro. And we have the momentum to do it. The Astros are the Astros. But we definitely have a sweep, no, but to win the series is much needed. It's definitely be a confidence booster. TA again, to ask the Sox to sweep the Astros without Jimenez, without TA, without Michael Kopech, it's a tall task. Without Yasmani, even though he can't even bat his weight, but it's a tall task. There's too many injuries still, and we're not going to sweep Houston. But to win the series would be amazing. It would be much needed, actually.
I honestly think that you guys do need a sweep, just because you guys are riding off this confidence. Just because you guys did just swept the Detroit Tigers, that's great. But just for your confidence boost of not shrinking in the moment against the big teams, not playing like ass against the big teams, and the Houston Astros is a big team. And if you could get a sweep, or if you could get a sweep from the Astros, then the other teams that you struggle with, like the Blue Jays, like the Yankees, and everybody else in your division, the AL division, then they don't seem as big as they seem. Even in the Twins in your own division too, like they don't seem as big as they look like when you guys walk in. Because I really do feel like the White Sox for some reason just shrink under the pressure when the lights are on against a big team. Granted, look, you say they got the talent, there's injuries, and injuries happen. They're part of the game, and it happens and happens a while. But there comes a time where injuries shouldn't be the excuse anymore. Like this whole entire year before even the offseason, we were saying the one thing that the White Sox do have is depth. And this team could rake, and this team can hit. Eloy's probably been the only one that's been gone for the majority of the season so far. Everybody else, and Lance Lynn, and you guys got Lance Lynn back.
We rarely have Moncada, TA, Luis Robert, and Yasmani healthy together. We rarely have that.
It's just, look, man. I don't mean to put pressure, but the pressure is on. The pressure should be on, and it should start. And if I believe, and to me,
to be honest, I feel like the sweep gave them some cushion.
the cushion is beat. You know what? Given the sweep and winning 2 out of 3 against the Astros, I'll give you that. But to me, for the
we can win
confidence
2 out of 3
boost
against the Astros and 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays, then we're chilling.
Okay,
we're chilling.
I'll give you that. But in all honesty, just for the aspect of the White Sox morale to actually compete for the AL alone in itself, the sweep against the Astros would be it, because that's the team that eliminated you last year, and that's the team in the AL that just won't go away no matter what they lose.
Mm-mm.
And if you want a real big confidence booster and then take 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays, it's definitely sweeping these guys this weekend. And I think they really do need it, and they need it on the bad side, because this team had a lot of potential. They had a lot of things going for them. They had everybody riding with them, being the favorites coming out of the AL, and they so far have been nothing but disappointment so far. It's just coming from the guy from the other side of the fence.
I heard you saying. I look at the lineup we have put out there. You're not gonna sweep. You're not gonna sweep the Astros with. Look at our bottom half. Engel, Harrison, Zavala, Mendick are the last 4 guys in our lineup. You're not gonna beat teams like the Astros. You're not gonna sweep teams like the Astros with those guys. Sorry.
I mean, anything's possible, right? Yeah. You got to play the game. Baseball's baseball, right? Am
I right? Of course, but
all right.
Baseball. But at the end of the day, you got subs for a reason. You got guys that keep getting called up and sent back down on a weekly basis for a reason. Those aren't going to be the guys that come up clutch against the Astros. You're not that guy, pal.
For sure. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're wrapping this up. We're hitting 1 hour 30. This is not the 100th episode that we did for 2 hours. We're cracking it. We're close to it, but yeah, we're about to wrap this up for Deontay, for CP, for Jose, for jumping on, and everybody else, Matthew, and everybody that watched Comadre and this comments, everybody watching, listening, and watching this. Guys, make sure you guys follow the John Conavi Facebook page and all the JCA Sports platforms on all the social media, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you guys hit the bell on the John Conavi Facebook page. This way you guys get notified when the shows are on and live. Not only just ours, the JCA Sports Podcast, but also the EAFP Podcast and Sports Trip Live with the Contreras brother. For everybody else that's on the comments, John, I'd like to thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening, guys. Make sure you guys follow us, listen to us. And as next time, my rant will be on Monday. Trust me, guys, I had a good one. It really was a good one. It's just this basketball talk was just everything, and it was well worth it. Trust me, it got us going for the whole entire show.
It did.
See you guys on Monday. More sports, obviously updating news. Make sure you guys follow us on all the latest news on our social media page. And I am looking for this outro. Here it is. Well, I might as well, Eric, hit the outro. I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll see you guys then. Peace.
What a finish! Wow, that is unfreaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's terrible. My God. The humanity.
They may be the drunkest couple in the history of sporting events.
I loved his face.
I would suspect that fan is done for the night. Here's the thing. When you steal something, don't wear it.